And the latest here, well, there's been, I know we talked about this for a minute, so I'm not going to go over everything. There's been talk that Punk was looking to go back to WWE while he's first suspension. There's differing opinions on that, but here is, let me make sure I read the right one. Okay, so this comes from PW Insider Elite. Okay, PW Insider Elite reports that Punk.
Who is reporting this? By the way, is that Dave?
PW Insider Elite would be Mike Johnson or Dave, but most likely Mike. So they reported that Punk has become a topic of discussion within WWE as soon as he was fired, and the response has been pretty divided. While some in WWE look at it as a chance for the promotion to make a lot of money, with one top talent even going as far as to endorse the idea, many more were said to be against it and didn't believe it would happen. However, it turns out Punk joining WWE would be a discussion saved for later, as the promotion is currently focused on finalizing the merger with Endeavor, set to be completed this month. But it is also believed that Endeavor themselves would make the call to sign Punk. Punk previously worked for Endeavor and is said to have a good relationship with the top Endeavor brass. So I'm going to, I was going to say go out on a limb. I don't even think it's going out on a limb. I think it's going to happen. Whether he works with Roman or
Joe,
Owens or
100. Time out. Let's put some money on that.
Okay.
How much you want to put on? $100. You think he's going to end up working at WWE?
Yeah, but
they don't.
And I'll even put a time on it.
Why would you need CM Punk? Why would you need a guy that you didn't want because he's a locker room cancer? Goes to the other company, he's a locker room cancer. Gets fired for being a locker room cancer, and now you want to bring him back now?
What leads me towards that side? I'm in.
$100. All right.
Has to be if he doesn't appear in 2024, right?
So what's leading you to believe is dirt sheet reports?
No. Well, yeah, the guy's saying that
you were in on a Mike Johnson dirt sheet report.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going with it, and you're putting your money where your mouth is. You're putting your money on Mike Johnson.
I will, because the part of the report that stood out to me.
How many times have I been right about things, Joe? You're actually gonna go against me on this? What are you, crazy?
I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Money away. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I like to live dangerously. Right. No, but the thing that stuck out to me is when he said a top star has endorsed the idea, and then Endeavor also is probably going to want Punk. I think there's factors here that are going to lead to him returning.
Yeah, and there's also, you don't realize that there are also very prominent people that do not want him back under any circumstance. Okay,
right?
Not just because a top star endorsed him. Come on, the guy's got friends, and of course his friends in the he still has some friends. His friends aren't going to turn their back on him and bury the guy. They're going to support him and say things and everything. But bro, there's no way he's going back there. Besides, he's not like John Moxley hit him right in the head. Fragile mind, fragile ego, fragile body. The guy's been hurt twice already, and he's 40-something years old. They do not need the guy.
Now here's something that's on your side of the fence. Okay, this is Sports Kita. It says CM Punk reportedly attempted to return to WWE before signing with AEW 2 years ago. Since Punk's AEW departure, rumors have suggested he could return to WWE. A tenured member of the organization's internal team reportedly discussed the matter with Ringside News, noting that the star had previously attempted to return while working as an analyst on Fox's WWE Backstage show in 2019. However, the promotion allegedly did not want him back. The internal team member also pointed that the former AEW World Champion, quote, thought he was creating his own angles, unquote, on the Fox show. Nevertheless, the Stanford-based company was apparently never interested in rehiring him.
They weren't, bro. Let's be honest. Okay, Billy reported the story back when it happened, and bro, regardless of whether our relationship with Billy now, but when he reported this back when this happened, he said that the Fox people, okay, were trying to get Punk in there because there were some Fox marks for Punk that were trying to get him back in the door. But it just turned out and I've talked to people that were in the booking committee when that were booking there when that happened. Punk's name was never really brought up, except like there was one guy, I'm not going to name names, that whenever his name was brought up, he would absolutely get buried. Okay, by a very prominent person over there. Okay, and they said, and the thing was that they were never going to bring him back. Okay, just was not going to happen. And here we have a few years later, same thing. That story from a few years ago, bro. They were just trying to get Punk. The Fox people were marks for Punk. Okay, they wanted him back on the show. They didn't want him back. to the point that said we don't want this Billy. I mean, like Billy's story, and the thing was when Billy told us that story on this show, right? I got a text from the guy at the WWE and said, "Wow, that English guy's pretty good." Like I don't know who he's talking to, but yeah, he got that right. All right, so I don't know what's changed in 4 years of the same people running that company. It's going to change that they're going to bring Punk back now. You don't have to, bro. There's nothing. If AEW was more competition to WWE right now, they would probably bring him back, and that would be like if this is an actual ratings war, and like they were close, they would be more inclined to bring Punk back because it would probably get them bigger rating. Like people would be more interested, like it would hurt the other company, but they're not. There's no reason to bring this guy back right now. You're not in a ratings war with him. They're not competition, and the guy is just. The guy doesn't know how to act in a workplace environment in the year 2023, where it's kind of obvious you're not supposed to go around, like me and Konnan were in a text exchange with somebody, said that you can't go around threatening and assaulting your coworkers.
Or your
boss.
Your boss. Yeah. I mean, come on. It's like, you think he's going to get Joe, Joe, send me $50. I'll give you. Just send me 50. I'll cut you. You're not going to win that bet, right? All right, Joe. Konnan, who do you think's going to win the bet, me or Joe?
It's just very weird because I was just thinking in my head. Can you imagine if he came back and he did something with, like, let's say anybody really, but Logan Paul, I think would be really good. But I wonder if they were sit him down and said, "Look, we want to bring you back." For 6 months, you're going to do something with this guy, and it all depends on your behavior. You give us any reason, and you.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's kind of. Yeah, go ahead. Let's see. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you better know.
Yeah. Where did I cut off?
When they were going to talk, maybe bring him back for 6 months.
Yeah, bring him back for 6 months and just read him the riot act, bro. You show up late, you give any problems, you do say anything, Bro, over there it's way more handled more professionally. You know what I'm saying? You never know. He might be too tempting because he would be huge there, but he also has his enemies.
I think it's funny that on Monday Night Raw, did you watch Raw yet this week, Konnan?
Yes, I watched it last night.
It's very similar that they're actually doing it seems like kind of like a spin-off of the Punk angle. Like they brought in Jey Uso, and he immediately has polarized the locker room. It's
right.
like that's the storyline, right?
Yeah.
So
that's good.
It's like they're gonna do that on TV and make right. So
yeah, that's what they should be doing. That's what AEW should be doing, right?
They're going to show you, hey, we're going to do the angle that you should be doing. We're just going to do it with Jey Uso,
right? Right. Yeah. I got to tell you. I like when Pierce goes. I got to tell you, a lot of people aren't happy that you're here, and he's looking around.
It's true. I mean, that's
and then
it's real.
Dom comes up to him. He goes, I know how you feel. Come join the Judgment Day. Yeah.
Yeah, Drew.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If he screws up around here, I'm going to go after the guy that brought him in here, Cody Rhodes.
Right.
It's like, yeah, it's like right.
Right. That's right. Could be. Yeah.
Well, one final thing to consider is that the Survivor Series this year is in Chicago. I'm not saying that's going to be the date, but I'm saying that would be pretty epic for them to do that in Chicago, or at least put a video up of them coming back.
They're selling out anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like that you don't. That's the thing. You don't need the guy right now. There's no.
No, you don't.
Like he's not elevating the money or the houses that they're doing great business. It's like this might hurt the locker room. Why would you hurt the locker room in the middle of good business?